Hey, this is Danielle over at DIYDanielle.com, and today we're going to make some easy shelves for between our studs. Super easy project. Let's get started. So I am looking to put some shelves in here, and I just want to do some between the studs shelves. I used a lot of scraps for this project, including some 2x4s, some 3/4 inch plywood, level, jigsaw, screws, and screwdriver. The thing I started out with is I have a 2x4 that is cut to the exact width of in here. I'm going to screw this in here and here, probably 2 screws in each one so that way it doesn't loop. The other thing you can do if you don't want to mount your 2x4 in between, and this purely gets you away with not having to make a perfect measurement here, you can mount it on the outside. This actually gives you a little extra support, so it's not a terrible idea, but we make sure it's level. And then I'm going to screw this side in, and then I'll put my piece on top. And the second thing I did is I took a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. It's just a scrap piece I had. And I held it up and I just marked out where my studs are. So I know where to cut. I also marked how deep the studs were, which should be pretty consistent. You could probably just measure it out, but I find it helpful to just draw it on. Go ahead and cut out. Essentially, I am just cutting out like a area here for my stud. And so that way this will be nice and flush to the stud, and it'll hold, this piece will help support the shelf. Now there won't be any supports on this end here, so I'm not going to be able to put anything super heavy on here. Otherwise I would have some bowing and I would need to put additional supports to kind of support this piece here. But let me go cut that. So this is what I have. So I've cut this and I just need to cut this direction and this direction. Now there's a couple ways you can do that. I think I'm going to use my jigsaw. After cutting everything out with your jigsaw, you just get to put your shelf off. Super easy. Okay, so again, we're doing this, hoping our measurements were right. I'm going to have to hammer this in a little bit. Let's see. Of course. I could check to make sure this is level, but I already made sure that my base underneath it was level, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And then what I'm going to do is going to take my screws and just screw down into this. Okay, so same thing here, just attaching it here instead of all the way back. I'm going to put up 2 more of these, but they are very simple. There's nothing crazy about this, and it works really well. Here's a good look at it again. We've got 2x4 supporting it. Okay, and that's what this one looks like, all finished. So I'm going to add just one more, because I have one more piece here that I cut, and then I'm done. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I'll have more information up on DIYDanielle.com about this project. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. I'll see if I can give you a hand. But overall, pretty easy project, simple, good use of scraps.